Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to share today two or three things that is affecting our consumerism. It's affecting our what we consume today, and it has a huge implication for the brands that we are working for. And I'll probably talk about this in slight detail as we go forward. If I look at what we are building today, the ShareChat and Moj is essentially basically app ecosystems which democratizes content, engages people in a way that has content which comes from the grassroots level, or comes from a hyper-local, much wider audience segments of India. And that's what we are actually calling Power of Bharat. We feel brands and advertisers and marketers can leverage this ecosystem in multiple ways to allow themselves the liberty to engage in a much more meaningful way, help consumers understand their brand better, and therefore have better purchase intentions as we go. Essentially, I'm going to talk about 4 different ways, and I'm going to show a lot of examples today so that this whole thing comes alive as we see. First and foremost, we all understand influencer activations. When I talk about influencer activations, we mostly think, oh, it's the biggest celebrity tweeting or biggest celebrity releasing a particular video or an ad. What I'm actually now talking about the power of Bharat and ability to therefore connect with a larger and a wider audience set of India. I'm talking about micro influencers. We are talking about hundreds and thousands of influencers. Brands can actually start using them as spokesperson, regularly engaging with them in a way that they can tell the brand story in different ways. Instead of talking one particular message or one particular way of storytelling, how can brands use them to do these influence micro segments, different cohorts, different languages, different cultural nuances that are there in India, and start engaging this. I'll show you an example of Amazon ad that we did using a creator, using an influencer.
Pocket, Papa, debit card, credit card, kuch to do, beta, I have to go. Mommy, UPI. जब डिलीवर होगा तब पे करो पेमेंट के ऑप्शंस जो चाहे चूज करो
The second creative way of looking at is I'm talking about is immersive AR lenses powered hashtag challenges. Now, this is just one step forward now. Now, here I'm not only talking about influencers activating your brand, but here I'm now talking about creating a brand challenge to your consumers and allowing them to start interacting, playing around with those brands, participating into that challenge, and therefore creating much more meaningful engagement. Not just, so it's not about preaching, or it's not about pushing an ad into the ecosystem. You are pushing actually a philosophy, you're pushing actually a trend, you're pushing actually an interaction, so that consumers have much more meaningful engagement and also starts getting interactive and also starts have better purchase intentions as we go. And we have seen this in action over the last 2 years across many brands. And I'll show you some examples of, we created this Dettol in the heat summer, Dettol wanted to create this association between, Dettol as a brand is a very mass brand, and it's not very, like the, good looking, or it's not known for something which is, it's very functional as a brand. So we said, why don't we associate this whole coolness of the brand with summer? And that's what the consumers are looking for. I'll just show. The third point that I wanted to today share with all of you is something called chat rooms. And I'm sure all of us know what chat rooms are. And we have something unique called audio chat rooms. And why I'm saying it's unique, you'll probably understand when I talk a little bit more. This chat rooms, obviously we are talking about language audience. We as an app is not available on English. We are across 15 languages. Now imagine the kind of interactions, the kind of possibilities that allows in multiple languages, multiple cohorts, multiple grassroots level people coming into the ecosystem and interacting without much inhibitions or much getting evaluated or being in an atmosphere that they don't belong to. Today, for example, we have almost 15 million mouse in chat rooms. We have 1.5 billion streaming minutes in a given month. And these are the kind of interaction that I'm talking about is interaction between, let's say, I'm a creator and my own fan club. These are not hosted. These are not something has created for you. I personally create my chat room. If people get influenced by me, they can attend the chat rooms. And one of the biggest phenomena that we have seen is my fan clubs starts gifting me because they like me, or somebody wants to attend my chat room, they start giving me tokens. The kind of virtual gifting that's today is happening in the ecosystem of ShareChat is close to $4 million a month. And this is across 15 million MAUs, which is probably less than almost 10% of our monthly users. Now imagine if this goes to 20%. We are confident today that year on year, this can go to 3 times at a monthly level. So this can easily cross 7 million, 10 million in the years to come at a monthly level revenue. More importantly, we also have an option. Therefore, these chat rooms can be actually branded. This can be hosted by film launchers, cricketers, celebrities. So we have created, I'll just play.
I should say to you, to everybody जो भी इस chat पे हैं, हमें join किया है जिन्होंने, आप सबको a very, very, very happy Friendship Day.
So these kind of chat rooms today are getting used. We almost do 150 to 170 chat rooms, organized chat rooms per month today. And we are talking about brands using it. We are talking about celebrities using it for promotion. We are using about analysis. We are talking about gaming interaction. So whether it's getting a philosophy, whether it's about exchange, whether it's about launch, whether it's about continuity, or whether you use it as a single window, multiple options are available today to engage with brands. And today, when I talk about global chat rooms or global audio chat rooms, the attendance is roughly averages around 800, 900 people attending a chat room, or even the Guinness Book of World Records says around 67,000 people attended one single chat room. Look at the numbers that we have. We are talking about anywhere between 150,000 people to almost 350, 400,000 people attending a single chat room. And some examples obviously I've given here, but I'm talking about the average that we hold across is easily 150 to 200,000 people attending a single chat room. That's the kind of interaction. Last but not the least, so here, when I spoke about leveraging creator content, I spoke about influencer activations. I spoke about hashtag challenges, and I spoke about chat rooms as an option. And last but not the least, I'm actually now coming into the ads we make, right? Because marketers and we are also a marketer. As marketers, as brands, we're interested in how I can get my message across, how I can get my communication across to the larger, wider segments of India. And here I'm talking about something called, we have launched something called Studio Ads. We have been running it for almost 1.5 years now. This is the authentic, whatever I have seen in my 20 years of experience, this is the most authentic way of communicating and reaching out to your brand. Very mobile native format across languages. And what we have seen average a 3x more engagement than a normal ad. And I'll just show you a few examples of how it works. Why am I calling it Studio Ads? Because these are developed by us, basis the brand brief and the brand guidelines that marketers have, so that they follow a particular message, they follow a particular route, but the communication and the reach to the kind of communication is very, very customized to the purpose, second to the audience segments, because it depends on what interest they have and what kind of communication they want to receive. So I'll just play a Rummy Circle Ads, which is a gaming app.
275. Rocky bhai. Yeah, kya Rocky bhai?
और इसके पैसे कौन देगा?
अरे वो रॉकी भाई ने बोला कि उनका नाम रेफर करने से आप चीजें फ्री में देते हो।
अपने रॉकी भाई को बोल, अगर रेफर करना ही है तो रमी सर्किल पर करें, दोनों फायदे में रहोगे।
रमी सर्किल
पर मजेदार रमी खेलो और जीतो ढेर सारा कैश, और अपने हर दोस्त को रेफर करने पर पाओ 500 रुपए तक बोनस। साथ ही अभी ज्वाइन करके प्रोमो कोड RC ShareChat यूज करो और 100 रुपए तक इंस्टेंट कैश भी पाओ।
मैं अभी डाउनलोड करता हूँ रमी सर्किल और अपने दोस्तों को भी रेफर करता हूँ।
और
So here is an example of how client gave us the prerogative to create our own ads to improve performance. So they said we will only evaluate you on performance. If they install more of my app, or if they register more, I'll be happy. So I'm only giving you brand purpose, brand guidelines, what you should not do and what you should do. But beyond that, have the independence to talk to different segments, cohorts, and languages that you want to show. So we also have language one. I'm just going to.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಮ್ಮಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ನ ಬಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನೋಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಬನ್ನಿ.
So do it in languages. What we saw is 50,000 installs in a period of 3 months, with almost 1/3 more registrations from that audience who installed. 33% actually registered into playing the game. That's the kind of performance results that we can talk about once you start customizing these ads in a way that the customer wants to receive, and in a language that they understand. What I'm essentially talking about today, and as a philosophy, what I wanted to talk to marketers and brands is, I didn't want to get into more technology and how it works and stuff like that. But I think here is an opportunity where actually you can start thinking beyond just one format of ads and look at, short video content or short format videos as a marketing option to reach out to the consumers, not only to create, if you can find a community. Our objective should be to find a community which understands your brand voice, find different cohorts of users or lookalike users that you can engage with, and therefore, speak to them in a language that they understand, language that they relate, language which, or a storytelling which understands their cultural nuances, and then use multitude of options that, a short video format app like ours gives to improve storytelling and increase shareability, to create better brand loyalty as we go forward. Thank you so much.